Secularism under threat bogey is back as puja continues in the premise of Gyanvapi after Varanasi court allowed Hindu side, the Mandir side, to resume prayers inside Vyasji ka Tehkhana, a cellar in the southern end of Gyanvapi. Earlier today, Muslim groups held a press conference and called this verdict by the Varanasi district court a sadma for everyone who believes in secularism. Muslim bodies claim they will continue their fight legally, will go to the Supreme Court as well, and if they don't get relief, they will also approach the precedent. Listen it.
जो ज्ञानवापी महल्ले में वाक़े है, उस वाक़े ने इस मुल्क के न सिर्फ 20 करोड़ मुसलमानों को बल्कि मुल्क के संविधान पर यकीन रखने वाले, भरोसा रखने वाले और मुल्क के सेकुलरिज्म को मानने वाले इंसाफ पसंद तमाम शहरियों को बहुत ही सदमा पहुंचाया है। चाहे वो किसी धर्म से ताल्लुक़ रखने वाले हों, किसी इलाके से ताल्लुक़ रखने वाले हों।
चलने जा रही है। आप ये देखिए कि 4 दिन पहले क्या ये हिम्मत हो सकती थी कि कब्रें बनी हुई, मस्जिद बनी हुई, मदरसा बना हुआ है, इसके बावजूद दिल्ली के अंदर महरूली के इलाके के अंदर आग लगा दी गई और बिल्कुल ऐसे मैदान बना दिया गया कि वहाँ किसी चीज़ का कोई निशान बाकी नहीं है। ये रास्ते इन मस्जिदों के सिलसिले में कोर्ट के फैसलों ने उनको दिए हैं, वो हिम्मत दी है। आज कहाँ जाए वो मुसलमान, किससे जाकर के कहे, किस कोर्ट में जाकर के अपनी बात को रखे।
From courts to parliament, Gyanvapi issue is snowballing into a massive political controversy. In parliament, 3 MPs of Kerala's IUML protested outside Gandhi statue in the premises of the parliament, holding placards that read, "Save Gyanvapi Mosque, Save Places of Worship Act and Save Secularism." First up, listening to these reactions from IUML MPs who protested outside parliament, and then we will take you to Varanasi and get you a quick update on what happened in the court today.
After that, they want to make different kind of Babri Masjid in the country. They are started claiming on this masjids. So actually there is no safety for the masjids. So not recently in Delhi, another place was demonstrated like that. This kind of thing, it is increasing in our country day by day. It means that the very purpose of Indian Constitution, that is, what is that? Secular democracy. Secular is going to go into peril. That is to be taken as a very serious thing. So we demand India government to take steps to preserve secularism. So secularism is most important thing enshrined in the Constitution. Unfortunately, government itself is becoming instrumental in spoiling that.
Meanwhile, a political fight is also brewing on the sidelines. Here are some political reactions coming.
देश में कानून बन चुका है बाबरी मस्जिद गिरने के बाद कि जो 1947 में जैसा पूजा स्थल जहां हो रहा था वो कायम रखा जाएगा, केवल राम मंदिर बाबरी मस्जिद को छोड़कर। अब उसका पालन होना चाहिए,
लेकिन सर इसमें तो 1913
पालन होना चाहिए कानून का।
अदालत के फैसले के बिलो तो हमेशा ही होते हैं। अदालत कौन सा सही फैसले देती है? अदालत की सोच हो,
अदालत सही फैसले नहीं देती,
नहीं देती, कई बार नहीं देती। कोई ऐसा फैसला है जिसमें 2 पत्र होते हो? नथिंग इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट, नथिंग इज परफेक्ट। एवरी डिसीजन इज फॉर वन साइड इट इज राइट, फॉर अनदर साइड इज रॉन्ग।
अगर आप कोर्ट में गए हैं तो कोर्ट की प्रक्रिया पर विश्वास भी होना चाहिए, उसकी प्रतीक्षा करनी चाहिए। यहां तो यह हो रहा है कि जो मामला आपकी अपील पर सब जुडिस है, उस अपील के दौरान आप सड़क पर भी उतर रहे, आंदोलन भी कर रहे। यह तो संविधान का भी अपमान है और कानून का भी अपमान है। मैं समझता हूं कि ठीक रास्ता ये होगा कि कोर्ट में गए हैं तो कोर्ट के निर्णय की प्रतीक्षा करें और इस अंतरिम पीरियड में कोई भी आंदोलन करना यह ठीक नहीं है।
मैं इसमें ज़्यादा नहीं कुछ बोलना चाहूँगी। वो चीज़ डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में चल रही है, वो वही आर्ग्यूमेंट हाई कोर्ट में चल रहा है, वही आर्ग्यूमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चल रहा है, तो उस पर मैं राजनीति नहीं करना चाहती हूँ। जो लोग लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं वो हाई कोर्ट के माध्यम से, जुडिशरी के माध्यम से बात करें।
देखिए, ये विपक्ष में जितने भी राजनीतिक दल हैं, इनका चरित्र, इनका रक्त की एक एक बूंद जो है हिंदुत्व विरोधी है। ये इनके आचरण से, इनके व्यवहार से पिछले 9 वर्षों पूरी तरीके से सिद्ध हो गया है। तो जो ज्ञानवापी पर जो पूजा करने का जो क्या नाम फैसला आया है और जो उसके द्वार खुले हैं, पूजा करना जो लोगों ने शुरू किया है, इसका तो पूरा देश जो अभिनंदन कर रहा है।
All right, let's open this up. We're joined by Desh Ratan Nigam, lawyer, and advocate Ahmed Ayaz, political analyst. Thank you very much for joining us. Desh Ratan Nigam, in that press conference, multiple representatives of Muslim bodies were present, and they said the verdict is a sadma for those who believe in secularism.
See, secularism, Swati, is not a one-way street. You know about Gyanvapi. The entire evidence is also on record, even if it is Mughals evidence, the farmans of Aurangzeb or anybody, or even a blind person can see what that place is. So let us forget about that for a moment. Even the courts, we are going through courts. Every Hindu or Sanatani is going through a court process. Now, if it's a sadma, if it's a mediation process, we sit across the table, you give us that place, some kind of a solution can be arrived at. It's a win-win situation. However, if you are going through a court process, somebody will lose and somebody will win. That is the reality. And these stones are speaking. The stones are giving evidence. The music from the stones, even the Muslims can also hear it. It is some of the Muslims, the political, cues and the Maulanas, bearded Maulanas, who, knowing the fact that if a place is demolished, a temple is demolished, and a mosque is built on it, it is not a mosque under Islamic law. And namaz is not qabul there. They know it, very well know it. But what is going on is not secularism. It is al-Taqiyya that we call it under Islam. So if you want to play by your own Sharia law in India, not follow the Samvidhan or the Constitution as you profess, but you don't mean it, and you go to the court gives a verdict, you get a sadma. Well, you will get a sadma if you don't see the reality and what is writing on the wall and what is written in the orders. And that through a court process, one of the parties will get a sadma, will lose. One will win and one will lose. That is the court process. It is not sitting on a mediation. They'll go through evidence. Prima facie today, the courts have found the rights of Hindus who approach that they have a right to worship.
Okay. Advocate Ayaz, one of the representatives during the press conference said that such decisions should not be taken based on Astha. But there's an ASI survey that took place. The ASI report has been submitted. Is that not evidence enough? Can you unmute yourself, sir? We can't hear you. Okay, I think we've lost that line with Mr. Ayaz. We are not able to hear him. You're not audible. We'll try and connect with you again. Let me go back to Desh Ratan Nigam. I was just talking about the ASI survey report. Now, the press conference took place, slamming, of course, not just the decision, but also saying, we are not here just as representatives of the Muslim community, but we are here also as Indian citizens, and this has hurt us.
No, it's all right if you are feeling hurt, because that's a court process. As I said, one of the parties will have sadma or will feel hurt, even if it is proven in court. Because what is this sadma? It is based on evidence. The ASI survey, as you rightly pointed out, and it's just a minuscule evidence which has been unearthed. 6 or 8 tehkhanas are still to be opened, and excavation is still to be done. And still they don't want to believe. Forget about that. The open evidence which is there for everybody to see. And one of the side walls, if you look at it, it's on which the dome and etc. has been built. It is so self-evident. And if that cannot change the hearts of Muslims, I don't know what will. And certainly, it's much more than politics, sinister politics, backed by leftists, liberals. Actually, if leftists had not been there, the Ram Mandir issue would have been resolved much before because Muslim parties had agreed.
But Mr. Desharathan Nigam, we already witnessing an impact on ground. A Bandh call was given. Security has been stepped up. Security has been heightened. You know, if such comments come in from representatives of communities, how is this going to impact the society?
See, the fact is, truth must prevail, and the society has to accept the truth. If certain sections do not want to accept the truth, then the constitution will prevail and the law and order situation will take care of that unrest or whatever they are trying to, create. And this is what the societies are based on. If the societies are based on untruth or falsities or lies, then those societies are bound to perish. Please remember that. We have seen civilization perish, and this is not about religion. This is about our civilization, ethos and values and the continuity of that civilization for which our ancestors and forefathers gave up their lives, sacrificed their lives, and for which we have traveled afar. And this is for the first time the courts are taking cognizance of matters.
Do you also believe, Mr. Nigam, that there is an attempt to spread a narrative that decisions are being taken based on Astha?
No. See, is our ASI report based on evidence or Astha? Is it not a scientific survey which was done before? Now further scientific surveys would be done. Forensic surveys would be done. Carbon dating could be done. So many things. These are science. If you do not want to accept science and want to live in 7th century AD, God only can help you. These are evidence, scientific evidence which are there, recorded in front of all the representatives. Right. Not that only one side was there. Therefore, I think initially Hindus only wanted, Ram Mandir idea.
All right. Mr. Nigam, stay on with us. We're also joined by Ashutosh, joining us from Varanasi. Ashutosh, कोर्ट से जब राहत नहीं मिली तो एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस आज हुई है जिसमें मुस्लिम समुदाय के जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, जो प्रतिनिधि हैं, उन्होंने कहा कि इससे सेक्युलरिज्म में जो लोग विश्वास करते हैं उनको सदमा लगा है, आस्था पर फैसले नहीं होने चाहिए।
बिल्कुल, देखिए जो मुस्लिम पक्ष है वो इस फैसले के बाद से एक तरीके से उसके अंदर हताशा और निराशा साफ तौर पे झलक भी रही है। इसके पहले हमने देखा था कि जैसे ही फैसला आया उसके बाद पूरे बनारस बंद का आह्वान किया गया और इसके साथ ही लोगों से ये कहा गया कि वो अपने घरों में ही नमाज अदा करें। इसके साथ ही जिस तरीके से पहले सुप्रीम कोर्ट का उन्होंने रुख किया और उसके बाद फिर हाई कोर्ट जहां पे उनको जाना पड़ा, हाई कोर्ट से भी उनको राहत नहीं मिली है। ऐसे में मुस्लिम पक्ष अब लगातार हिंदू जो एक तरीके से जो धार्मिक है एक जो बातें हैं वो लगातार कह रहा है और ये कह रहा है कि जो फैसले आ रहे हैं वो धर्म के आधार पे आ रहे हैं, जबकि कोर्ट और जो कोर्ट होता है वो किसी इस तरीके के आधार पे फैसले नहीं करता है, वो सबूत और साक्ष्यों के आधार पे ही फैसले करता है। और इस बार भी कुछ ऐसा ही हुआ है। देखिए 1993 में व्यास जी का जो तहखाना था वहां से उनके परिवार को बेदखल कर दिया गया था बगैर किसी लिखित तरीके से आदेश के, और इसी को आधार बनाकर जो हिंदू पक्ष है उसने कोर्ट का दरवाजा खटखटाया। कोर्ट ने ये पाया कि वहां पर प्लेसेज ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट का किसी तरीके से उल्लंघन नहीं किया जा रहा है और इसके साथ ही कोर्ट ने ये माना कि जो ज्ञानवापी मस्जिद है वो वक्फ बोर्ड की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है और इसके आधार पर
रातों रात आप कह रहे हैं फैसला नहीं हुआ। एएसआई का सर्वे हुआ, उसकी रिपोर्ट सबमिट की गई which was cited by the Mandir side and the DM was made the receiver. Even then the Muslim side did not object. That's what in fact the courts have reminded the Muslim side or the Masjid side of, that you did not challenge that order. Until you challenge that order we cannot hear this matter. 6 फरवरी को अगली सुनवाई होने वाली है। आशुतोष and Mr. Nigam, thank you very much for joining us. With that, we're going into a short break.